Do you guys ever feel like it just gets old talking about so much new? I try out new makeup constantly, and I love doing that. Sometimes you just need to get back to that comfort makeup. The holy grails, the best of the best. You know that when you put that makeup on, it's going to look amazing. So in today's video, that is exactly what we are doing. I'm doing like this really beautiful heat-proof kind of event makeup using just a ton of Holy Grail products. A lot of this makeup is actually on sale right now. Derm Store is doing like this huge sale. Now, not every single product you can get at Derm Store, but I will leave links down below. Some days I just want to talk about the really good makeup, and today is definitely one of those days. So I hope you all enjoy the video, and let us begin. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, Amanda, you are a K-beauty sunscreen person, and if you're saying that, then you definitely know me well. However, I definitely know that some of you love mineral sunscreens. If there is one mineral sunscreen that I wear, it's this one. And it's from RMS. Think of this almost as like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, except a sunscreen. That's the way that this product applies for me. So I do a generous layer all over my skin on days where I want a little bit of coverage and I want my skin to look really good, but I don't want to fuss with any like foundation. But just keep in mind that you're gonna have to use quite a lot of this, and it's not cheap. Oh, sorry, by the way, it's called the Supernatural Radiance Serum from RMS. If there is one mineral sunscreen that I'm going to put on, it's going to be this one. So I thought I would show you guys just because I still get questions on my channel all the time about mineral sunscreens, and there are multiple shades of this one. Do you guys see how like up close it just kind of gives you that freshness? See, to me this just looks like Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, except if it had sunscreen in it. So I really do enjoy it. This product is something that I still use all the time, and if you are actually someone that has followed me for years and years and years, you know the lore that I have with this foundation. So it is the Kogan Do Aqua foundation, and I have told you all so many times that for me personally, it is the perfect foundation for those of you that want to photograph exceptionally well, but you want to look naturally airbrushed in person. That's when I would recommend you guys try out this foundation. So I have called it like it's the perfect wedding day foundation, in my opinion, for those of you for dry skin types, normal skin types. I would say even combo skin, because I've recommended this to people with combo skin for wedding day makeup and they've loved it. But you have to enjoy a very natural finish. This is never going to be a matte foundation. I have bought this foundation for probably a decade now. There are very little foundations, in my opinion, that are as good as this. There's a handful. The only reason I don't use it all of the time and talk about it more is, one, the shade selection is lacking, kind of typical for like a Japanese brand, unfortunately, and two, it's expensive. So those are kind of like my big caveats with this foundation. But if you want to look just like really airbrushed, but it actually looks like this in real life, it's really an incredible product. It's so thin and you can keep building and building these layers, but they don't look like a bunch of makeup. I would love one day to be able to like understand or have someone sit down with me at Kogan Do to like explain to me the formulation. Can you guys imagine? I would be interested to know, because there's literally not another foundation on the market that does exactly what this does. Now for my under eyes, I'm going to use my Tarte Colored Clay CC Under Eye Corrector. Now I used to have the old packaging. I've loved this product for years, but they recently updated the packaging and now it's like this kind of mirrored packaging that gets really dirty looking. Either way, product is still phenomenal. And I have the light peach shade. You know, I have gotten questions for years on my channel about, you know, what color correctors I really enjoy. This was one that I hadn't repurchased, and I'm just so glad that I did. I mean, look at that. Look at that difference. It is one of the only color correctors, in my opinion, that doesn't dry out the under eye and make it look really heavy and thick with product, because that's something we get so wrong about color correcting is we're adding so much product that is very thin and kind of creates that scaly kind of alligator skin under the eye. This almost feels like an eye cream. It's so incredibly hydrating, and you just need to pat on a little bit. You can definitely build up the coverage. I mean, this packs coverage, but as a color corrector, a nice thin layer goes on, and then just a little bit of concealer right on top, and you get the most gorgeous effect. By the way, this is the Tower 28 Serum Swipe. It's not available at Derm Store, which is unfortunate, but it is like kind of my holy grail concealer as far as summer makeup. So I'm just tapping that in with fingers. I've really been liking using my fingers as of late. I don't know if it's just because all of my brushes are dirty, but I have been enjoying using my fingers. So I'm just tapping that in, and if you have like, again, like an upcoming event or anything like that, this duo is going to last. It's just not going to look thick and heavy under the eyes, but it's going to add moisture, which if you have dry skin or dry, thin skin under your eyes, you're gonna want moisture. If you have more oily skin, however, the Tower 28 concealer is probably more geared towards you than the Tarte CC. Now we are going in with one of my favorite loose powders that I discovered this year. It's been really hard for me to want to use any other powder really since I tried the RMS Hydra powder. It is such a lovely powder because it takes down shine immediately. It really gives you that more silky kind of photo airbrushed effect without looking dry, without looking really heavy. So I'm gonna do, I mean, I did kind of do this side a little bit, but I'm gonna do one side just to kind of show you guys how this looks when you set your face all over. I'm not like afraid to put this on all over my face. That's kind of like unheard of for me as far as powders, because I'm not a fan of completely setting my face all the time. I just don't get it. I don't know how this can look so good, if I'm being honest. So this is the side completely set, unset, set. You see how it doesn't take away the lifelike nature of the makeup itself? That's what I've always really appreciated about this powder, is just how it has that really lovely kind of balance. You know, some powders just, you put it on and then all of a sudden it feels like you can see where there's powder and where there's not powder, and it kind of ends up creating this very makeup-y look, and almost it makes you feel like you need to have powder all over the face now, because you can definitely see where there is and is not powder. So there is everything completely set. This is going to lock everything into place. And this time of year, I need something that's gonna last a little bit longer. Now, before we get into bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. Now, this is the duo for long-lasting eyebrows for me. So Anastasia Brow Wiz is my favorite brow pencil. It just has that perfect texture. It is not like putting heavy product in the brows all right away. And I just feel like that's what ends up giving you that really realistic effect. When some brow pencils put so much pigment and creaminess into the formula, it just can go really dramatic really quickly. And with my eyebrows, I don't necessarily need to do that. This truly just looks like, you see how that just kind of looks like hair? That is what I'm after. I'm just after kind of filling in that front area, honestly, where I have some sparseness. And that sparseness is from years and years of like going and getting my eyebrows waxed. And those ladies, I will tell you what, guys, I'm not gonna put like complete blame on them, but also, you know, I was like 16. They did not like my natural brow shape. I will just say that. They wanted to take away all of this. And even, oh my gosh, I mean, I could do a whole video on stories if it wasn't so boring, but even in 2017, which I think actually ended up being the last time I ever got my eyebrows professionally done. Maybe I did it once after that, but it was before a big trip I had, and I went into a salon that had previously done my eyebrows really well. I got a new person and she took off all of this. She took off like my eyebrows were like this. And I was re-traumatized again for the next however many years it's been. We're now doing the brow freeze, and this is what my sister and I decided to use on her for her wedding day. Now, she is a clear brow gel person, like the Anastasia clear brow gel. That looks beautiful on her. This is just the more intense version of that. So if you are a clear brow gel lover from Anastasia, you know, that I think is beautiful for every day. If you want like locked in, then just go with this. This is gonna be like the step up from that. And I really enjoy it just for that more like just intense kind of hold. And I don't always want intense. Actually, I like to kind of push my eyebrows up with this, but my sister doesn't like that. She likes a very delicate brow. She has fantastic brows on her own, has like really, really soft features. So we just do a very delicate look in her brows, and you can still achieve that with this. So it is a very versatile product. Now remember what I said, not every product is on sale at Dermstore, and I apologize, but we are like, we have to use comfort makeup products for this video. We're using the Holy Grails. So the Surratt Artiste Bronzer. This was in Best of Beauty for 2024, and I have barely used it this summer, and it is a travesty. So we're gonna go ahead and use it today because I've been missing it in my routine. Look, oh my gosh, it just, in person, I wish you guys could see, ultra silky look. And typically, I really don't like a very silky bronzer like this, like something that really just blurs everywhere. But there's just something about this one that just, it looks like airbrushed. Like, thank God I did that video. I don't even know how long ago that was. Maybe a year ago? About a year ago, where I tried all new Surratt Beauty. Can I just say thank God I did that video, because I found so many holy grails after that video. And now Surratt is like one of my favorite brands. But I'm telling you guys, though I love doing the videos where I'm just like trying out a bunch of new makeup, these videos where I'm just going back to classics, some days you just need that. Some days you need to just talk about makeup that you love. This is what my makeup bag this summer has been missing as far as like all of the bronzers. So much creamy, creamy bronzer. This is just adding that ultra perfected look. And that's what I've been wanting. And that's what I wanted for this look. I kind of wanted this to be like the event makeup for the summer. And I'm just using this to get some shape into the crease as well. You guys see how that just transformed this look, right? Like in person, I'm actually kind of blown away. For the cheeks, I have some options. All of these are at Dermstore on sale. So there are two formulas from RMS that I love. The ReDimension Hydra blushes. I love these. And I also love the Lip to Cheek. Lip to Cheek in red is stunning. It's really, really, really pretty. But I know that this is not going to necessarily jive with the lip. And the lip is going to be kind of intense. You guys know how much I love red blush. You know that it is the vibe. I'm going to put just a little bit on the bridge of my nose. This is like kind of like my signature. I always love doing and have done this on my channel for a long time, doing that little bit of red across the bridge of the nose. It's very like 80s polo, like men's magazine 80s polo. Like that's kind of the vibe that I get from it. We could also go with the Tarte Multi-Stick, and this is in the shade Firecracker. This is kind of the only blush I've been wanting to wear as of late, so it's not a surprise that I'm like kind of leaning towards this one right now. But we did just put down a lot of powder, and that does make me a little bit nervous. So there is a part of me that kind of just wants to put on the powder blush and be done with it, and the texture is so lovely because it just spreads so thinly, so beautifully. Here's what I'll do. I'll put down powder, and then at the very end of my routine, after I do a little setting spray, if I want to add just a little bit of juiciness, a little bit more of that kind of creamy cheek look, then we'll go back and add a little bit of cream blush on top. That's kind of what I do like at the end of the routine. So pomegranate fizz, you go with that. Or we also have this option, which is Maiden's blush. Now, I'm kind of a Maiden's blush person through and through. I feel like this one will look really pretty, also kind of draped over the bronzer a little bit, so that's what I want to do. And again, also because we have like a pretty intense look for the lips, keeping some neutrality on the cheeks is nice. That is gorgeous. It has this almost like, there's a luminosity to it, but it's baked into the powder. Really lovely. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing, the excess on the lids and then onto the bridge of the nose. So I'm a big fan of this formula. I know a lot of brands are coming out with more powder blushes as of late, but I think sometimes we just have to go back to these kind of like touchstone products for brands. I love RMS's take on powder. Like, because I love the Hydra powder so much, it definitely reinvigorates my love for the blush formula as well, which is just, in my opinion, like more of a baked jelly, baked down to like a powder kind of formula. And as I expressed, not every single product in this video is at Dermstore on sale. So we're gonna go ahead and with Serum Beyond Beige. And again, the reason is just like, this is going to be the event palette that I use on most like in most instances. If I'm going to an event, I am putting this palette on. One, it's really travel friendly, so I always enjoy traveling with it. Two, the textures are so silky. They just blend themselves. I always know that whatever the look is, the look is going to be good because they just do the work themselves. Powders themselves, they never look dry, so I don't have to necessarily worry about doing a full eye look and then I'm like, why do my eyes look so dry and powdery? I never have to worry about that, and that's really quite a pleasant feeling for me. It's, again, it's like if we're talking about comfort makeup, this definitely is comfort makeup to me. So really I just add in this like creamy taupe into the crease, and then I'll add a little bit of dimension with this shade, which is one of my favorite shades ever. It's like this gorgeous kind of taupey plum maroon, but it's also very understated, and yet it's just perfect. And then I will use this dark brown just to give myself a little flick. And all of the shades just freaking blend themselves out. It's my perfect mini palette, and it is expensive, but last year when it was like, it has been more in stock as of late on their website, so I'll leave a link down below to it, but when it started going out of stock and the thought of it being discontinued was going through my head every time I picked it up, I was starting to think like, maybe I should put on some eBay alerts just in case they decide to discontinue this, because it came to mind that like, once you find your like favorite everyday palette, like you know, of course they would discontinue something like that. So I don't think it is back, but holy crap. If they ever do, I will be in trouble. I love that Derm Store still carries Kevyn Aucoin because Kevyn Aucoin's eyelash curler, you can't like I only know of Derm Store as being a retailer of Kevyn Aucoin still because it's a holy grail. I've used this one 4 years and it just performs beautifully. It has a wider opening than like the Shiseido eyelash curler, which if you have more round eyes, that'll probably be better for you. But I mean, I also love the one from Shiseido. It's just nicer to have a larger opening sometimes if you have like a slightly rounder eye shape. That's my personal thought on it, but just holds a curl beautifully. It never hurts the eyelashes. No, eyelash curlers actually are one of my favorite tools out of like all beauty tools. And this one has just been a favorite for so long. So I'm really glad that they still carry it. You're able to get it on sale. Now, remember how I said that we were only going to do products that I know I love? Well, I am going to try out one new product today, and it's the Jane Iredale Lash Fixation Tubing Mascara. Now, this could actually go really poorly, but Jane Iredale is at Derm Store. The wand is really promising, and the lip that I just tried from Jane Iredale is incredible. So now I'm like, what else am I missing from this brand that actually could be really good? So, you know what? Here goes nothing. I can always just like go back through the mascara with another one if it's like a disaster, but it definitely is building length and separation. I will keep you guys posted in the comments of how this one wears because that's always really important to look down into my mirror. That's something I forget to do sometimes when I'm applying makeup on camera, is that's like the best way to apply mascara. So like that eye applied incredible, so we need to even out this one with the same technique. I feel like it is starting already to droop. Do you see how like how it was looking like a few minutes ago and how like they're already starting to like move down a little bit? This is the issue that I have with tubing mascaras, is they don't hold my curl for whatever reason. You know, typically when this starts to happen, if I notice my eyelashes drooping, which I'm looking at my eyelashes right now, that's definitely what's happening. I love how black it is, how it's kind of lined my like water or my tight line a bit. So I like that about it. But now I will go back in with this very dry wand from Tower 28, and I'm gonna try and save them a little bit by giving them a boost. Because there's not like much product on this, but it's gonna try, or this is gonna kind of lift them a little bit up. And it did lift them. Granted, they look a little bit chunky now, but here we are. I'm working on my window of tolerance. And best way to take off any little pieces is just with a spoolie once they're completely dried, and they'll just kind of come right off pretty easily, even if it is a tubing formula. Okay, so I'm just gonna line with, this is Glossier in Buff. If I want just like the most natural lip lined effect, that's when I'll reach for Buff. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jane Iredale another chance and use this lip stain that I have already tried and I was absolutely blown away with it. It is their Forever Lip Stain in Peach. So it's color adjusting. So right there, it kind of just looks like a faint peach color. Watch what happens. It like color adjusts. Oh my gosh. I also have put this on my cheeks. You're gonna see it's gonna keep getting intense, like more intense. Is that not beautiful? I put this on for the first time and I was like, whoa. Put some on my cheeks. So then I went to shower like later in the day This was still holding on the lips and the cheeks when I went into the shower. Now you guys can kind of see what I was going for, like very neutral on the face, on the eyes, but then this really nice kind of like summery pop of color. I think we might be able to handle a little cream cheek. I don't think we need it really, but I think it could be kind of fun, so what the heck. I'm gonna add a little bit of Tarte in Firecracker and just add it right onto the apples of the cheeks. Wow, actually I think that looks even better, honestly. Especially because now we have the lip and those colors kind of tie right in together. Yep, I quite like that. Just taking any of the excess into the hairline, just because we kind of get burnt there sometimes. And we're just gonna like finish everything off with the Impeccable setting spray from Anastasia. This one is very blurring and perfecting. And this is how everything looks. Love the skin. You guys, I actually, like, I'm looking at how it all turned out. There is not a single step in this routine that I'm not so happy with, except the one step where I didn't use a Holy Grail product, which is the mascara. So there were a few products that, like, in general, I just love that is also on sale at derm stores. So the Vacation line. This is their SPF 50 spray. I've used the SPF 30. I've used their lotion. I just love their sunscreen, especially the spray versions for like quickly on the go, but just you cannot beat their scent. Like, I probably shouldn't be putting this on in the house, but it just smells like, it smells like that very classic pineapple pina colada, but not like cloyingly sweet smell. Like a little bit of that very classic nostalgic sunscreen smell. I just feel like in the summer, when I want to treat myself to a little, I always like to treat myself and repurchase the Vacation sunscreens because it gives me that true like nostalgic summer feel. And yeah, I just love them. So they say it's their legendary coconut, banana, and aloe vera. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate to what I smell. I also wanted to call out that both of my favorite pimple patches are also on sale. So Mighty Patch, if you want like a pimple patch with no actives. Sometimes I want actives, sometimes I don't. If I just want to suck out the gunk and I don't need actives, like if it's a really especially sensitive breakout, then I'll just go with the OG Mighty Patch. If I want actives, I'm always reaching for the Peace Out Acne dots, and these are the full strength. Like, these aren't the day ones. Both of these I love, have repurchased. They're absolutely fantastic. So again, if you just want something to suck out the gunk and to actually stay in place and hold a lot, Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patches. And then if you want something to also treat the area, that's when I would go with the Peace Out Acne patches. So these are my top go-tos. And as someone with cystic breakouts and hormonal acne, I mean, I have been lucky this year, knock on wood, and I've found like a skincare routine that like really works for me. But if something happens, I always reach for these. And then lastly, I wanted to call out that Medik8 is on Derm Store, and I'm starting to dive into this brand. I've tried their Crystal Retinol as well as their Liquid Peptides. This is the product that is newest to me and that I've really been trying out. The Crystal Retinol is like one of the strongest retinols that you can get that is not like prescription strength like tretinoin. It is very strong, so it might even be too strong for me. I'm like slowly trying it. But the liquid peptides, this has like really great clinicals, so I've been slowly incorporating this into my nighttime skincare routine in specific. So I will keep you guys posted. Medik8 is also 20% off. Really excited to see what a consistent use of peptides will do for like my skin overall. And here we are with the finished, like, best of the best Holy Grail products, all in my faves. So I will leave links down below to everything that I talked about and also any more details I have about the Derm Store sale. Again, not everything is available at Derm Store, but I do have a coupon code for Surratt. I'm pretty sure it's still working. I don't know. I'm gonna try and figure out some deals or something for you guys. You know, sometimes it gets old trying out so much new, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.